Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to speak of a quiet yet undeniable force that resides in each and every one of us, the strength of a woman. It's not always loud. It doesn't always show up in moments of applause or admiration, but it is there within, pushing us forward when everything seems to be pulling us back. Strength is not something you're born with. It's not a trait that some are given and others are not. Strength, in its truest form, is a choice. It's a decision we make every single day to get back up after we've been knocked down, to look at the challenges ahead and instead of shying away from them, choosing to meet them head on. The path of a strong woman is never easy. It's filled with moments of hardship, loss, and doubt. But here's the thing, each time we face adversity, we become more resilient. We learn, we grow, we don't break. And through that process, we build the very foundation of our strength. We learn how to navigate the storm, not just survive it, but thrive in it. You see, strength doesn't mean we must hide our vulnerabilities. It doesn't mean we're always putting on a brave face. True strength, in fact, comes from our ability to be vulnerable, our willingness to stand tall, even when the weight of the world makes us want to fall. It's knowing that it's okay to feel, to hurt, and to sometimes stumble, but it's also knowing deep within us that we will rise again. The first step in choosing to be strong is understanding your own value. A woman who chooses to be strong knows her worth. She understands that she deserves respect, kindness, and love, not just from others, but from herself. She sets boundaries not because she's afraid to be alone, but because she understands the importance of protecting her own peace. But strength isn't just about standing alone. It's about lifting others along the way. A strong woman has compassion not only for others, but for herself. She understands that it's okay to make mistakes, to have bad days, to ask for help. In showing kindness to others, she strengthens the community around her, creating a ripple effect that spreads far beyond her own life. Strength doesn't mean being fearless. It means embracing the fear and moving forward anyway. There are moments when fear will try to stop us. It will tell us we're not enough, that we're not capable, that we should give up. But the truly strong woman is not defined by the absence of fear. She is defined by how she chooses to confront that fear. She lets it fuel or push her forward and show her just how far she can really go. So today I stand before you with this message: the choice to be strong is yours. No one can take that from you. No circumstance, no hardship, no setback can strip away your ability to choose strength. Every day you wake up, you have the power to choose resilience, to choose compassion, to choose to rise. And when you do, remember this: the world may test you, life will challenge you, but it's your decision, your power to rise stronger every single time. Thank you. There's a power within every woman. A power that doesn't shout to be heard, but whispers from deep inside, steady and unwavering. It is not about the muscles you flex or the size of your frame. It's about the courage that lives in your heart. The quiet strength that pushes you forward when the world says to step back. It's the resilience to get up again every time life tries to knock you down, every time the path seems too hard or the journey too long. This strength doesn't always come from triumph or victory. It is often born in the moments of struggle, in the silence of doubt, and in the depths of pain. It is forged when you face the hardest days and still choose to keep going. It is found when you stare into the face of adversity and say, "I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere." A woman's inner strength is a quiet rebellion. It's not about proving anything to anyone, but about proving to yourself that no matter what the world throws at you, you have the power to rise, to endure, to shine. It is a strength that is built on love, the love you give to others and the love you give to yourself. And it is this love that makes you unshakable. For when you love yourself, nothing can strip away your belief in your own worth. This strength is also found in the gentlest of moments, the moments when you choose kindness even when it's hard, when you show grace in the face of criticism, when you continue to believe in the goodness of life despite the setbacks. It's a strength that doesn't need to be loud because it echoes far beyond what you say or do. It is in every decision you make, every challenge you face, and in every part of your journey. A woman's inner strength doesn't demand recognition. It doesn't wait for applause or validation. It exists in the quiet power of a woman who knows that her worth is not defined by anyone but herself. It's a force that can move mountains not because it seeks to prove anything, but because it is grounded in something deeper, something that cannot be measured, only felt. It's a strength that rises in the face of uncertainty, that stands firm in the face of storms, and that always finds its way back to hope no matter how far it seems out of reach. There's a quiet truth that often gets overlooked, a truth that holds the key to unlocking our true potential, the power of choice. Every day and every moment we are faced with choices, big ones and small ones. And in those choices lies the power to shape our lives. The world might try to tell us that we're victims of circumstance, that things happen to us and we have no control. But that's simply not true. We have the power to choose. We can choose how we respond to challenges, how we move forward after setbacks, how we treat ourselves and others. It's not about waiting for the right moment to act or waiting for peace, for everything to be perfect. It's about deciding right here, right now, to take control of our own narrative. Even when things seem out of our hands, we always have the power to choose our attitude, our outlook, our resilience. Choosing strength isn't something that happens once and for all. It's a decision you make again and again, day after day, in the midst of struggle and triumph alike. It's choosing to rise when you fall, choosing to keep going when the world feels like it's crumbling around you, choosing to believe in yourself, even when others may doubt you. It's about embracing the difficult moments, knowing that with every choice you make, you are building something stronger inside. And it's important to remember that strength isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about the daily decision to keep showing up, to keep pushing forward, and to keep choosing yourself even when the road feels long and uncertain. Strength isn't about being flawless. It's about choosing to face the flaws and work with them. It's about choosing to keep your head high, even when the storms rage around you. In every choice, we have the power to redefine our lives. Every time you decide to stand tall, to love yourself, to let go of what no longer serves you, you are choosing to grow. You're choosing to honor the power that lies within you. And when you choose strength, when you choose resilience, you give yourself the ability to face the world on your own terms. You decide that no matter what comes your way, you will meet it with grace, with courage, and with the unwavering belief that you are enough. The power of choice is something that belongs to you, and no one can take it from you. You decide who you are and who you will become. You decide how you will respond to each challenge. You choose to believe in your own worth, to walk through this world with your head held high. Every choice you make is a step towards the person you are meant to be. Every choice brings you. Life has a way of testing us. It throws us into moments where we feel like we're at our breaking point, where the weight of the world seems unbearable. But here's the thing, adversity doesn't have to break us. In fact, it's in those very moments of hardship that our true strength begins to emerge. Resilience isn't about avoiding the storm, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. When life pushes us to the edge, when everything feels uncertain and fragile, it's easy to think that we're being crushed beneath the weight. But what if I told you that those challenges are actually the very things that shape us? The tough times, the losses, the struggles, they build something inside us that cannot be taken away. Each setback, each failure is not the end of the road, but the beginning of a deeper understanding of who we really are. It's in those moments of adversity that we discover the parts of ourselves we didn't know existed, the strength, the grit, the perseverance that we carry within, waiting to be awakened. Resilience isn't just about enduring life's toughest moments, it's about transforming them. It's about using the hardest experiences as fuel to rise higher, to grow stronger, to become more determined. Resilience means looking at life's challenges and saying, you might have knocked me down, but I'm not staying down. I will stand, I will fight, and I will thrive. Sometimes resilience feels like a slow process. It's not always immediate, and it certainly doesn't look the same for everyone. It's not about perfection. It's not about never feeling defeated. It's about knowing that even in our lowest moments, we have the power to get back up. We might fall 1,000 times, but each time we rise, we are stronger than before. That's the beauty of resilience. It grows with you, strengthens you, and builds you up in ways you never imagined. What makes a person resilient isn't the absence of pain, but the willingness to keep moving forward in spite of it. It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it, about continuing to believe in yourself even when it seems like the world has turned its back. Adversity, when faced with resilience, doesn't have the power to defeat us. It has the power to shape us into something greater, something more capable of facing whatever comes next. In every challenge is a lesson, and resilience is the ability to look at that lesson, no matter how difficult, and say, I will learn from this. I will grow from this. I will not be broken. Resilience is that quiet strength that keeps us moving forward, that keeps us believing even when we don't have all the answers. It's the force that drives us to rise every single time life knocks us down. It's the unwavering belief that no matter how hard the road gets, we have what it takes to walk it, step by step, until we reach the other side. There's a misconception that strength means always being invincible, always having it all together. We often think that to be strong, we must wear armor, hide our emotions, push down our fears, and pretend we have everything under control. But the truth is, true strength comes not from hiding our vulnerabilities, but from embracing them. Vulnerability is not weakness, it is the most powerful part of our humanity. It's the place where our hearts are open, where we allow ourselves to feel deeply, and where we show up not as perfect versions of ourselves, but as authentic, real, imperfect beings. When we embrace vulnerability, we are giving ourselves permission to be truly seen, not just the polished, idealized versions of ourselves, but the raw, unfiltered, beautiful mess that makes us human. And in doing so, we find the courage to be ourselves fully and unapologetically. It's in our vulnerability that we find connection with others. We don't connect through our perfection, but through our shared experiences of struggle, pain, and triumph. When we open ourselves up, when we allow ourselves to struggle, pain, and triumph, when we open ourselves up, when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same. We create a space where empathy can flourish, where understanding can grow, and where we can find strength, not just in our own experiences, but in the experiences of those around us. We often think that vulnerability means exposing our weaknesses, but what it really means is acknowledging our humanity. It's about recognizing that we are not invulnerable, that we will face hard times, and that it's okay to not have all the answers. There is power in asking for help, in showing up when we're not feeling our best, and in admitting that we don't always have it all figured out. In fact, there is a profound strength in being able to be honest about our struggles, because it is in those moments of honesty that we truly grow. When we embrace vulnerability, we allow ourselves to heal. We stop running from our emotions, stop pretending that we are impervious to pain. Instead, we feel the weight of our emotions, we process them, and we allow ourselves to move through them. Only when we stop fighting vulnerability, when we stop pretending to be perfect, can we truly let go of the things that are holding us back. Being vulnerable also means choosing to trust even when it feels risky. It means opening our hearts to the possibility of pain, knowing that even if we are hurt, we will be okay. In a world that often tells us to build walls, vulnerability is the brave decision to tear them down. It's the courage to believe that we are worthy of love, of connection, and of compassion, even when we don't feel strong. It's about daring to show up day after day with the belief that we are enough just as we are. In embracing vulnerability, we are not weakened. We are not diminished. We are empowered. We give ourselves the freedom to grow, to evolve, and to experience life in its fullest, most beautiful form. So let us choose to embrace the full spectrum of our emotions, the full depth of our humanity, and in doing so, discover the incredible strength that lies within us when we allow ourselves to be truly seen. There is a truth that many of us often forget in the rush of our busy lives. The most important relationship you'll ever have is the one you have with yourself. The way you see yourself, the way you speak to yourself, and the way you treat yourself, and the way you treat yourself determines everything in your life. Self-love is not an indulgence or a luxury. It is the foundation upon which everything else is built. If you do not love yourself, how can you fully embrace all that you are capable of? How can you give your best to the world if you are not first giving your best to yourself? Self-love begins with recognizing your own worth. It's about understanding that you are enough, just as you are, without needing to be anything or anyone else. Too often we find ourselves measuring our worth against external standards, the expectations of society, the opinions of others, or a distorted image of what success should look like. But the truth is, you are worthy simply because you exist. Your worth is not defined by what you do, how much you have, or how many people approve of you. It is intrinsic deep within you, and nothing can take it away. When you truly embrace self-love, you stop seeking validation from outside sources. You start to realize that you do not need anyone's approval to feel valuable. You learn to trust your own voice, to listen to your own heart, and to honor your own feelings. You stop apologizing for taking up space in this world, and you begin to celebrate your uniqueness, because that is what makes you you. There is no one else like you, and that in itself is a reason to love yourself fully. Self-love also means treating yourself with kindness. How many times have you been harder on yourself than you would ever be on anyone else? How many times have you criticized yourself, doubted yourself, or called yourself not enough? It's time to stop. The voice inside your head needs to be your greatest ally, not your harshest critic. Every time you make a mistake, every time you fall short, you need to show yourself compassion. Remind yourself that you are human, that you are learning, and that it's okay to be imperfect. You don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love and respect. When you learn to love yourself, you begin to set boundaries that protect your peace. You stop accepting behavior or treatment from others that diminishes your value. You begin to say no to things that drain you, that harm you, and that make you feel small. You realize that your time, energy, and emotional health are precious, and you no longer give them away to things or people that don't respect your worth. You understand that self-love requires self-respect, and you make the conscious choice to surround yourself with people and situations that reflect your value. Loving yourself also means investing in your growth. It means taking the Compassion is often seen as a soft, gentle quality, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful forces in the world. It's the strength that allows us to not only understand the struggles of others, but also to feel them, and most importantly, to take action. Compassion is not just about feeling for someone in their pain. It's about doing something to ease that pain, to offer support, to extend kindness, even when we ourselves are navigating our own challenges. Compassion is strength because it requires vulnerability. It asks us to put ourselves in the shoes of others, to open our hearts and our minds to experiences that may not be our own. It's easy to be indifferent, to focus solely on our own lives and ignore the suffering around us. But true strength lies in our ability to look beyond our own world and acknowledge the pain and joy of others. When you choose compassion, you are choosing to show up in the lives of those around you, not just when things are easy, but especially when things are hard. In a world that often feels divided, compassion is the bridge that connects us. It has the power to bring people together, to dissolve differences, and to. As we stand here today, I want you to remember one thing above all else: the strength you seek is already within you. It's in the choices you make every day, in the way you rise after every fall, in the way you embrace your vulnerabilities and recognize your worth. You are capable of incredible resilience, of facing life's toughest challenges with grace and courage, and of loving yourself fiercely through it all. The road will not always be easy. There will be moments of doubt, of fear, and of uncertainty. But in those moments, I urge you to remember that you are stronger than you think. You have the power to choose your strength, to choose love, to choose compassion, and to choose growth. It's not about being perfect, but about being persistent, about showing up for yourself and for others no matter what. So I ask you today to take a moment to honor that strength within you. Know that you are worthy, you are enough, and you have everything you need to navigate whatever comes your way. Embrace the power of choice, embrace your vulnerabilities, and embrace the extraordinary person you are. The world needs your strength, your kindness, and your light. Now it's time for you to shine.